Imagine you live in a world where if you don't want to fall pregnant, you have to eat apples. Option one, and the more popular option, is that you have an apple a day at the same time every day. You must bring your apple with you when you leave work and have a stock ready to go. Option two is less popular. It involves going to a special shop where you eat a special apple, and for the next 5 years, you just don't have to worry about apples. Now, why would option one be so much more popular than option two? The apple in this situation is contraception, and although simplified, the same situation exists in Australia. In Australia, there are many different forms of birth control, and people choose to use it for many different reasons. Option one is the very popular contraceptive pill, which must be taken daily, often at the same time. Women have to ensure they have a script from their doctor, a supply from their pharmacy, and a pill in their purse for when they need it. Option two is other forms of contraception, known as long-acting reversible contraception. This comes in many forms, from the rod in the arm to the coil in the womb, and they can last for up to 10 years. They use the same ingredients that are in the pill and are more effective, yet the use of them is relatively low. Now, the first question you may ask yourself is, why is this important? Well, ineffective contraception leads to higher numbers of unintentional pregnancy. That is, when someone falls pregnant when they don't wish to be. When women fall pregnant in this way, the outcomes are often not as good for themselves or for their babies. Women are more likely to experience depression, and babies are more likely to be born early, small, or have complications. For women under 25, like your sister or your daughter, 50% of pregnancies are unintentional. And of those women, many were using contraception at the time. So our question is this: why are Australian women not using these forms of contraception when we know they will reduce the rates of accidental pregnancies? We need to understand the why better before we move on to how to help. My research will interview women under 25 and ask them about these issues. In these interviews, we look to identify common barriers that many women think influence their contraceptive choices. We expect that there will be many issues that influence their choice, like their personal context, or others may prefer the control of something like the pill. Or perhaps they're happy with their current form and don't see the need to change. Other people may have misunderstandings about the coil or the rod. This study will identify these issues and put them all together to come up with some common barriers. Through this study, we'll gain a better understanding of the factors that influence young Australian women in their choice to use long-acting reversible contraception, identifying barriers and then working towards addressing them and removing them. We aim to do this so we can help women to have access to whichever contraception they think is best, so we can improve their health and minimise the rate of accidental pregnancies in Australia.